السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على محمد بن عبد الله رسول الله الذي بعثه الله رحمة للعالمين وعلى آله وصحابته أجمعين ومن علم وعمل وتمسك وبشر بسنته إلى يوم الدين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Brothers and sisters, I am obliged to express my gratitude profoundly for reposing such a huge confidence in me, requesting from me to sit before this august assembly, Islamically in that sense, at least to share my thoughts with my fellow brothers and sisters concerning one of the most relevant, but at the same time, the hottest controversial subject or matter in Islam, or particularly in the Gambia. But before delving into giving anything of substance, I would like to observe the usual protocol or protocols by extending my heartfelt greetings to my colleague brother, a highly respectable, eminent, one of the pillars of Gambian scholarship, Sheikh Omar Danso, who is in attendance, and to our mentor, Sheikh Jawara, as they say, what is already known does not require to be publicized. He is here with my own teacher, mentor, Sheikh Sidia Sise. But my praises goes to my brothers, what is the name of the organization? MD? Movement for Islamic Research and Dawah, and particularly to Mr. Sane, Sheikh Sane, who actually contacted me, offering me this opportunity to come and share my thoughts with you. But that does not mean that I am the best of the best. In fact, I'm just a Lilliputian in the kingdom of the giants. But anyway, I think because he has his own reasons that he must say today why he selected me. But I have a point that I need to raise right now, and it's very relevant. Dumba fula maninga kawarala. Angale kawante manke angaleti. Atul membe siring al manke angaleti. Wama arsalna min rasulin illa bilisani qawmihi liyubajjina lahum. It does not mean a tongue or a language. Even my body reflections, even my attitude, even my facial appearance is a language. So bariyansa se ko angale kaw. For temba, me UTG a university, the highest edifice of academic activity, isn't it? Ekona angale kaw for but ninte ano angale fango mbasambala fenkoleto garbage dump. No matter how skilled I am in English, no matter, don't be fooled. I'm not trying to belittle or demote English. But there is a nuances in English you can never be able to integrate it in your consciousness. It is quite impossible. Because naturally, Allah made dawa kamba. So I must be very careful. Because my brother is a highly skilled English guy. So any grammatical error I do is going to take it against me. So here I am laboring as if I am subversing myself in water. alama alayimbe makoy so Allah ta kan jumala ne amani ga kan fa be di ala bak mr sala ida ma nyamira islamic sebo fulol bi jamba etol boka wandi kam moy foy la kam mama nyol le moy to alnata ko di mba mix la yaje ni yaje lafta kanim fo nin seko be kacala Cheikh Omar Danso parce que hamwol be wara ren ni dindingol ye minnati dindingol fawotem fonding kelo e ka fonin a very powerful sense of renewal but not renaissance or modernity alala kiloto angale kawo fana munyamati kawolati this is no renaissance but this is not modernity this is a renewal jaddidu imanakum qala rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam ولكن renewal ni modernization anin ka foko renaissance ifadatale renaissance is a process that is directly linked to your mental capacity to see things according to a new eye, a new vision, a new mind, a new analytical critical mind. Malum fana moeleba alna maninga kawata nata naninka cha kumata bakele ka to sekol saying sekol bijam maninga angale kawa mamma fa wala ninga maninga kawata problem wolom ne chani so invite jang gambe wol be maninga kawala chani so mankenda ya woto den na sekol bole fana na fa ke fontol sen na fa ke sekol no because ninga mistake okay tolle ba fula nje mistake ta for non de las mbanyamela for the benefit of some of the audience mantara time we so lade I'm making a general introduction be wuli lale because in the 10 hours from mante kanyan diamola concerning this topic mo bele en wol atolle ma fulo juna barinte na ta juna malom fali ya moyle okay alna dun kachato but follow janimbe dun na kachato I want somebody to paraphrase the theme for me. Entire for Islam and democracy is an error. Tautologically is an error. Jumale ba correct la no.
The concept of democracy in Islam.
Jumale ba correct la no. Democracy and Islam is a wrong theme. Because Islam is a very, very big thing. Islam is doctrine. Islam is form of worship. Islam is dealing interaction. Then Islam is a way of life, a system of living. And this is a concept, an idea, a procedure, an action. Jumale warata. Walatin na nyanta minkela governance, consultative governance in Islam in contrast to democracy of man-made. Malum fali amwele. Mobuka Islam will compare with democracy. Islam is greater and bigger than democracy. But now academic kama, this is called expediency, to simplify the idea so that most understand. But let us move on. Aliyalon ko Islam wa mudino mintina lonna ko Qur'ano. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala birakila ki sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Berin Jibril ya kira tarakila janniba kila. Afurata sanjitan nanile. Sanji lulo folo labon min keta sanjitan sabanin lulu kan. Kila keta nun wato wati akataka makabula. Katu makala alhalo manyinya. Makala mola jiko mantara nyinyaring. Min keta hakoluti. Min keta molu ka nyon jube nyaming. Min keta ka dunia jube nyaming. Min keta business wala karola. Min keta hadamadin kunda ka nyon muta nyaming. Wolu bema nyinyanu. Katu joya bijenu. Riba be farinje. Jalamo bije min bita fo keme sabanin tan woro Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam ibnatale tombonna rahmatan lil alamin ko mari manyanna pollutant amanyanna contaminate la with the realities of the then prevailing situation in Mecca akajebola kata muntole jabalun nur abe wala to fo jibril afata sanji tannani barabe mine doku kannunje kato alabatu nyata bulula ka alabatu nyamin akitano minati minal mutahannis walam abe ala miraka hakilola akamunta ko bira dindin fosanji jelu tannen lulu ala yakulu subhanahu wa ta'ala hay jika kendo diyala wa innaka la ala khulqin azim kabo sanji tan lulu kata fo tan sabanin lulu hay mina diyala hay juso diyala katu binadun dila minna kuliyata la badun lano barika hakilo kulu kabirin sanji tan nani fo birata te danko amari la ala be kulu kan katu qur'an wala yakulu bari berin jibril nata ay ayo jinda kay mina jinda kan hakaya ko iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq خلق الإنسان من علق اقرأ وربك الأكرم ودو مسلمولو جنب ديامولا democracy or Islam, the consultative governance in Islam, in contrast and contradistinction to democracy. Miya lonko is a conventional, a popular concept. Miya lonko in reality, it is too abstract. It is not even implemented. We have the democracy of the spider. Talinjalo la democracy in Kalialon. Talinjalo la democracy nin tumbu ni wal nata ake amutale. Bar nin tumbu bal nata mune buka tambi bang. Tumbu bal buka tambi bang. Wa democracy mbina wale kachala comparison to Islam. Ito nyom moila no. Malom fale nin kumo moile. Barin la taming chodi la ni ayo to jang. Ala ye karam fula le fojang. Janim bita kato nsanin hakilo di mola fanang. Lafita methodology dole di la taransilo. Niye bula Islamo kachala. Islamo warata nintile ye wuli ye subjecto min foye. Ya kacha wanyama bukake. Islamo kamuntele ko debere kalo. Abe sunkurundi nyom balale. Ni ma follow to ni ya kacha ibuka kumadi mulula. Walatinna iqra karam fula le fotajang. Karam follow ka community. Walatinna the word iqra akotomo minati literally. Ninga translation wal kara akotomo minati. Read dol kake recite, isn't it? But it is not that. From today, take it from me and do your research and stand to challenge me. Iqra means an investigative reading. An investigative reading. An inka for reading cancer or killing. You know why it is investigative reading? Kata ko bismi rabbika ala buka karan karam bungokono. Alladhi khalaqa is a procedure. Khalaqa al-insana min alaq in biology nata. And you cannot know how creation happened in the womb of a woman from the investigative reading from the stage of a zygote to a fetus to an embryo 4 weeks and the 5th weeks. Malum falkan la kumomwele. I stand to be challenged. So it is no more, don't say reading. Alay reading for the investigative reading lom. The second reading walam munti iqra wa rabbukal akram. The first one must be based on that concept, that creed that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the khaliq. He created you man. From Allah, then you are dependent. Allah is the supplier of your needs. Walatinna birako Allah hada madin wa daiman abe solaring alalale. Barbirako iqra wa rabbukal akram. Ako nadiyate ye karan ke nature. That's the second book. Karawo karan diyate yake ala bunyalom mansolo minka fengo di hani ma bato. Ako allama al insana bil qalam bi karanta wonyamale. Allamahu ma lam ya'lam aya karandi amam min lo. Bari karam fulan jango kamine ke hada madin wala. Mbe problem wala kono di so-called democracy. Ay wala kenna. Democracy in disciplinary behavior bonding tol kono. Because we lack the knowledge. Iqra bismi rabbika watem kono wala tinna man democracy long. Karang fulanja mo minati. Walam karang alati je karang. Karang wa karang alata kono yala kamindila. Kalla innal insana la yadgha an ra'ahu istaghna. Hadabadi wakafale, I am self-sufficient. My IQ, my intelligence power can run the earth. Hani ala bantaraji. Then Allah does not exist in reality. Akawale di labar ala kondi tere yole mutambe min kelela. Ako ara'aita alladhi yanha abdan idha salla. The Scientologist, the atheist. Ekomol kana ala batu mo kana ala fun kana murum back to Islam. The source of pure Islam, the Quran and the Sunnah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Mena natake ala ko madama mobe wala ke kambe mina kelala. Ako kalla la in lam yantahi la nasfa'an bin nasiyah. ناصية كاذبة خاطئة فليدع النادية سندع الزبانية. Very interesting. I mean فجان كلا لئن لم ينتهي لنصفعا بالناصية. But مومو بجيالو نكو. The human brain called the cerebrum and the hypothalamus. Namral beolon. Nalon nako the central ikaminkili the central lobe, the cortex. Ikaminkili the central cortex, the lobe. It's where you keep your memories, and it's where you make your ideas, and it's where you make your arrangements, and it is where you keep everything that is human about you. Ala koni mante ala tambe min kilela. La nasfa, and I am going to delete everything, all your memory in that cortex. You become an animal. Oto sa karamfula man nabang. Karamfula nata. For us to appreciate and understand Islamic governance and democracy, we need to know karamfula lebekiri and most of the Muslims niyafala diamo konole. Our abject situation. Ntolbe alhala jawa min kono. Mbe koleya min kono. Ntolla problem o fomo minti. Ntoliye Islamo londi berelulu da malekam. Muslim wala problem o in the world today. Walom the 4th century bring kila bota dunia. Sanji keme follow kana fobi. Muslim wala problem o mominati. Ye Islamo dandi berelulu da malela. Walom ya ke saloleti. La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. Momo ya kotolom inyanta foro yalale. Wa salat na salo landi wakang. Wa aita zakati na jako ke wakang. Wa sawm Ramadan na sunkar sunwa ke wakang. Wa hajjil bayti liman istata'a ilayhi sabilan. Nata koten na makata fananke berelulu. Ntole Islamo dandi ten. Aliyalo wanata min sabu misil mol kono bang. Brinna Islamo ke fellulu dammati. Ntol fango nata Islamo kam mo kendo ni mo kurungo bondi minna. Ntol fango nata wanyami. Because hani mo ka sali nyawanya. Nim mo ka sali nyawanya na jiko mambeng alam Islamo nasitale. Fo manke to nyati. Bari ntol nata salo damma madama mo kake. Hana jiko mambeti yanko misil me kendo lam. You know, I'm not beating about the bush. I'm trying to lay a very strong foundation. I'm coming to that. Katu democracy in Islam woman siya. Yalo mune asabu. Soro be Qur'ano kono suratu Shura. Verse 36 to 39 na bantamba be kachala. Kumo banta man kolea. But I want to just one by one, step by step kafuta woto. Munatin na democracy or Islamic consultative governance in Islam itata nola no mune asabu. Walatin na bring waketa. Ntol found the criteria to judge, to evaluate, to give everybody his credit. Komo kendo long wala mo kendo teng. What is called ethical and morality and probity. Ntol found na our criteria betinya because na Islamo based on only 5 pillars lekang. Mawoke bang nata murun koteng we divided Islam nko between dunia londo and alkiyama londo. We problem wala di Muslim wala. Mulatin in democracy, the word democracy is not English. It's not Mandinka. Mulatin na problem woke Gambia. Ni avon tol dol ustas wale enka fole ko kafiri kumolom tuonyalom. Katu, the word demo is not in my consciousness. It is alien to my vocabulary. It is not part and parcel of my reality. But in my for democracy, man don't misquote me. Can I misquote de? Nte mumu kasi yiro kotole bantabate kasate la kuo be kacha. Otumo Greek wal manna, Roman wal manna. Otumo tubabu manna. Then democracy is not new to me. But the word democracy is new to me. Malom falia koto mweleba. So walatin na brinna okedorong na dunia ni alkiyama bo nyombala dorong. We have a vacuum. Keno tataje. Wa keno mingja na tuje walatin na tubabu kunda na ta democracy ke tema itenjina tena Islam wala democracy la ibula ta tubabu kunda la democracy noma. Walatin na muslimul alna murun kata suratul Baqara. Nata ayatan say anin lulu karan ala moyba. Afatu'minuna bi ba'dil kitab wa takfuruna bi ba'd. Fondinkel ba kata kannede. Ebe kawando ka ebe moli yele mandikan. But in Muslim world, we cannot just concentrate and focus on in contrasting democracy to Islamic governance. Nimman kudol ta Islam we mimfonye. Halako fama jaza'u man yaf'alu dhalika. Ako illa khizyun fi dunya. Ntolte wala kono bang. Criticizing yourself is a virtue. Ntolbe jutu wala kono katu minom kitabo min be mol bulu muslimo kitabo min ba bulu amanya natarla manto bulu manto mantanyato walakin ala koy ko wa yawmal qiyamah yuradduna ila ashadd al adhab akwa wa ma Allah bighafilin amma ta'malun damirul mukhatab abitalla ala kiyetele fa ma fo amma ya'maluna akwa amma ta'malun aben tolla bi munan kanyima ke fombuka ke bam Ntolia Islamo befa ina fendan tanta kaobara hatitano. walatinna ni bota suratul baqara murumba yata suratul ali imran kono bang yata aya kemeni aya fula jube kawa kuwa min bije akwai ko waltakun minkum umma yad'una ila alkhair wa ya'muruna bil ma'ruf wa yanhauna 'anil munkar wa ulaika humul muflihuna ayen tollefo ako by force molle nyanta tarlal kono mo kilin wala mo fula wala motan wala karambungo wala jameo wala sate wala musol ninke wala movementolo mi ya lon koy be mol killa kata kayro la kan kayrata kerin duniya ni islamo man sabati damin wala tinnam diamo ya fula ko ako islamo lom jaral lawati hadamadin wala problem o bela albe mol killa kaya mar kendo ke bari alnam fanyinin ka misil me kundan kaya mar kendo kele ba alnam fanyinin ka mimbe kerim bi mo be ka civilized nobody is enjoying or giving good tidings in society mo ma hani police wol fana ye train nyamin wolom e koy ko luwa jumalom nte ma safi mama ma safi ya safi nte man tubabu kam wo ya ken kam wa ma kunna mu'adhibina hatta nab'atha rasula malom falkanen kumo moyla mo mantara ya marola koteng walatin islamo kata kunkilin kuwati bira kata kunkilin kuwati do islam duniya tinyata ja bari annamul suratul ali imran kilin okono nata aya kemeni aya nani karambang ako kuntum khayra ummatin ukhrijat linnas mbeka kufannina everybody is shouting applauding and clapping because you are described as khayra ummatin iman taraje sartole bije pour taraje wasarto mu'minati ta'muruna bil ma'ruf wa tanhauna 'anil munkar wa tu'minuna billah ikaw keleban ibuka kembe buka kanyama wato khairiya hanin biya manna so there is a defection somewhere and that defection is because ntol ma islam woje as a whole na islam woje as a part so al-nasam nata al-yambula minna this is the general introduction al-nata al-yambula minna. Okay, in order for us to just go into what I am assigned to discuss on, I want us to navigate into the Quran in a microcosm. Navigating in the Quran in a microcosm. Aliyala koto momenti. Yanin kitabu je Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala braya jinda minakala. Ni tata afrisel mol momo ekredi ko sim kato sanje ito be buluje masimbato kodi. Bari ite ka min san sim katin dingolon fontembang ko sim kato ite kela mol beto ke wala kono anin numbers qur'ano fana ya sotole bi nana faale abe muntole walatinna momo wala ta qur'ano karanna in microcosm because we have to read the Quran at two levels. The first one is the microcosm and the second one is the macrocosm. Micro and macro. Walatin nintata macro mbita suratul surah straight away mbita bola nyonto what is Islamic governance and what are the principles of governance in Islam in contrast and in contradistinction to what we call human democracy. Demo means the people, cracy means to rule. Allah definition, textbook definition, a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. It is the most fallacious concept mi yalon kanene fota dunia. One of the man soto kada nyombatandi. Obe muntole. Hani America tije, the father minika kufan democrat tije. But alna Islam wala democracy jube, you appreciate it. Isalon ko ite misili moy mando kuoke, wala tinna ite mu député leti, ite mu president leti, ite mu director leti, ite mu police leti, ite mu ustaz leti, ite mu talibo leti, ite mu kordati leti. Fontemba, alnata microcosm. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala suratul Baqarah ayat tan sabakata tan sabanin saba. Ayat saba dorong. Ay londo foje sinya sey kawo kuba. Barni ayat sabo kono ala tulolo ban Qur'ano kana min dila. Qur'ano bebe ni ayat sabo le kono. Nkamin kacha wala munte democracy and Islam. Ha bebe ni ayo kono. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talom mansoti malikul mulk. Ay sorota ayat wala fa wala munti. Suratul mulk. Hako tabaraka alladhi biyadihi almulk hako nyadi tabaraka alladhi biyadihi almulk wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir akamunta ko power and authority mu ala talati. There is a difference for political science students between power and authority. Namra liolon There is a difference between power and authority in political science. I mean man-made political science. Democracy. Am I going fine? Okay. Allah jankarambang Quran wa kamemfo. Allah lo mansoti miye daroke. The supreme, atalom the dominion supremacy. Atalom the sovereignty. Berai daroke mine fo malaikoli. Wa is qala rabbuka lil malaika inni ja'ilun fil ardi khalifa. Kawa kubalom nintide. Walatinna political professors will be bebe dunia. Ni sita ni aya sabo to dissect and to just analyze these verses. Mol salon ko misel me kunda fenna dem bulu ntol malo walatinna ntulun tala. Alalom man soti kodi atele daroke. Ay fawo min da kay ko inni ja'ilun fil ardi khalifa. Bari jannabo fole ya minake. وَإِذْ قَالَ رَبُّكَ in Arabic is denotes an adverb of time. So there was time and automatically there was space. Ebuka jamano soto fone wato soto. Ebuka wato soto fone jamano soto. Malum fali amwele. Hakako inni ja'ilun fil ardi khalifa. I didn't for Sayyidina Dawood. Surah Sad verse number 26. Hakako ya Dawood inna ja'alnaka khalifatan fil ard. Hakai fahkum bayna an-nasa bil haqq. Haman wala faibang. Para ma fahkum bayna an-nasa bil adl. Katu annabiyum wal betilintale. But the constitution wa nyanta tenkun nala kana jija. Ala da malla constitution wa be tenkun ding. Constitution wa be ka jija fo alata. Following Al-Quran wa Sunnah, 1996 a constitution wa le buruka, 1996 constitution wa le betama kan Gambia. For luwa min beba kono momo bija yalo neba. Luwa dol bije welni Islam wala principle wala nyon walile. Bari fo musilme bija miyo constitution wa karang. Nyin kammala soma koni movement wa kafo mwole ko constitution wala clause and in stipulation and all in section wa dino manyom moibang. Diamula botafula ko 95% of the population mobility quantitative, not qualitative. Alaman tankala. Quantitative, not qualitative. Hani kunwal fanan beten na ni yiro. Hani Gambia du tole siata yiro beti quantitative. Quality le ba ton solle kan na du tol be do manen tumbo. Fo man ke to nyati ba. Ala moy asarata jumal la malaikolu. Oto democracy islamo kona fela fundita jang. Ala miye daro ke ni mu nyaton koti. Kori wol mimbe koto ibina fon fenkela ajindi kambang ya karanyon kay fana yela miro bondije malaiko le mina fo alaye e kako ataj'alu fiha man yufsidu fiha wa yufsiku dima walakin islamu nata dunya fen woro bula nata wala tanka jang lulo muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam ala sira ala hadithu korona bondi fulona kafuje minom katu fulo muslimol nyina talale. Follow, Islam is in this world to rehabilitate man. Islam is in the world to free man of slavery. Islam is in the world for equality. Islam is in the world for security and protection. Islam is in the world, to provide peace for everybody. And Islam is in the world to recognize work to a level of worship. Islam is in the world to recognize the seek of knowledge and to elevate it to the level of worship. E konna 10 minutes la soto sa mbatu na suti yandir nata ni namu problem mot nen tol nata wato men na tol bukana ni ngadi ya mo folo yena dia mo kuntu sane won temba so atol alkanto lo to nyele banna botante ndo altanso to la kotende ba on tem ko montoro wati dulu bukan si dame e kana 30 minutes di wo mo wala seko dum manya ka fam mam pare bari banna tariya so walatin naja alam way brasal ta malaikola malaiko na ta la ay opinion of ka ko faybe mo le kala je min beti nyaro kala woti nyaro be kala yele bonoti mot ajubia na ta mineke wala muslimo be solata wala Gambia dingo be solata wala wala munti londo wa allama adam al asma'a kullaha ita marita democracy tamandila no ni mal londo soto wala tina biraye bandi malaiko la koyko na min faale naalon na ale min maabo anin ale min banke adama e kibari bannin fawalla mbetari yala adama nata foye ako alam aqul lakum inni a'lam ghaiba samawati wal ard mbe min kala banko kan abe londo sotola abe londo fero sotola abe londo nyinina sotola adingol be kala londi tiyati abe fango beto killa fango fenta kalila londo la karola foni alkiyama sita lungo min kodi barbiraye bandi adama minaka adama la anata social recognition wadiyala adama ek malaikol ganya watu minna mile kala walati nete miya lon koy carte fay mansaye ye mansa min tombo ye social and political recognition le diyala ako malaikol usjudu li adam mune asabu malaikol katu adama examo ganye ay carte ganye wato atol hadama diwol malaikol al sujudi adama ba nyin kamala al yala bunya diyala walati na adama hakilo le folo kulu braya karandi anata niyo kulu wolom munti ay recognition o diyala malaikol sujudu tay sabanjaw akay uskun anta wa zawjukal janna oto beñanta sila gambia na tenkun domoro siya kayro siya tenkun siya hala man waladi adama la alnata suratu shura kana boy alnata shura be yam fulanyele na shura bonde nyonto prale daha al yalon ko qur'ano ko no soro bi je kafo bi shura bar min ka ku yata al yalon ne ko shura qur'ano be ko na ta sinya nani al yalon ne ko fanan shura democracy fota soro min kono kana kili democracy la wolom munti wolom islamic consultative governance afata soro min kono maka soro lom al yolom bang al yalon ko maka dun kila sallallahu alaihi wasallam amantara nun tankundinje katu sanji tandin saba quraishu baranta la ilaha illa allah bar ala nata soro jindi makka o solo le nata ke munti katu madina te bayla madina nyanta sotolale du wo madina kono manto nyanta sotola waleto which is called the Islamic nation ko jannabe kelale e kela constitution o deda walakin ar-rahmanu allama al-quran ay wala folo tambin khalaqa al-insana anatada na alama wo tambin woto hadama din wote alala do ko kelano walakin alna jamboy bakena tariya walakin suratu shura كلمة الشورى Arab counter Islamic consultative governance. The word shara yashuru shouran akoto moment exhibition, akoto moment indication, akoto moment to point, akoto moment a honey, akoto moment to drink a honey, akoto moment a purity. The word consultative Islam, consultative governance in Islam ninkoto be balale. Walatina nita ta sora kilimoto. Yeta soro kawa kuwa jubeba kabirin ayatan sabanin woro kata ayatan sabanin kononto alal tulolo bang ala kwa ko subhanahu wa ta'ala fama utitum min khairin famata'ul hayati dunya ako fanwo fe ya diyallatul hadama dingol momo e hakili kendo bonde ya diyalla wo bemu dunya la utility lati it is a short term utility, it can never be a permanent one. Akana kawa kuwa dila sai. So in a nutshell, mina Islam wala governance falae okola ani alia compare ani democracy moment. Katu democracy sembeti yelle kakeno, quality yelle kakeno. For one temba, free medicine wala kakeno. Itembanke free medicine, you are a Muslim. Koto moide, ala ko fengo fe ya diyalla, ako bemu dunia diyalla. Bar jannabe okala tata suratul Furqan. أتاتا سورة الفرقان آية 77 أكويكو ولا يأتونك بمثل إلا جئناك بالحق وأحسن تفسيرا أكو حدا بدي والتي concept ناتلا مي إتسكاوا كويا فوينينا فويا ميراكو ولا بيتي أتفعل بيتي أكو أنت على فعل ناتلا مين تنبتا وفعل بيتي سورة الإسراء آية كونونتو أكو إن هذا القرآن يهدي للتي هي أقوى أما ولا فايبا كلا صلى الله عليه وسلم على صحابة من آياته كوما نيه تنبون لغو منا. There is something called a policy statement. Abu Bakar birasala min baroka minefo akwaye ko alien tombon man fisiyalti bar ninga abulata ala noma nin kila noma alien ma koy bar nimbote noma alien tilindi munam ko dol kaw fole bang mbaka wo fona manke kaliba ken sawti ka qur'ano mutaka kali mulati nan be ka tumbo kati kalta min ne buka bara fay ka bara le alnata walatinna democracy fala islamota akwaye ko minom akwaye ko bari famata'ul hayati dunya wa ma inda Allah akobari mimbe alaya khairun wala fisiyata wa abqa is more permanent and is more there for continuity to eternity ako wala tutaje bota jijala no kolom munti alamu yakana min foy ako jumala ta moti akoy ko lilladhina amanu wa ala rabbihim yatawakkalun abina min fola jang alin so demanding 5 minutes be elaboration kilne kala jang angale count of fenne bi je ka kele relative pronoun arabu count ka wala kele ismul mawsul walam alladhina sinya nani la ba fulani ayo kono badal hakilo to ba ayata la nyami follow ako lilladhina amanu wa ala rabbihim yatawakkalun ikafoni a strict personal spiritual connection ite mari ni ala damma tema wala follow nyanta tembela yake danken ya mo kende bati nyin kamala min bina folay sakeno wala munti lilladhina amanu bi wahdaniyati Allah wa bi risalati Muhammadin sallallahu alaihi wasallam wa ala rabbihim yatawakkalun ika ala sababu walta bari la ta ko ala kama ko rokale ni sababu kendota name ma ko fana hikma la yatin name ma ko ay man kutu jelle foje fula alnata fulan jawto akwai ko walladhina nimolu jumanyo istajabu li rabbihim ay walladhina nimolu min yajtanibuna kaba'ir al-ithmi wal fawahish Allahu akbar wa idha akunya di walladhina shaykh alim ba koy ban nin kandi tan kanjilal jamande akwai walladhina yajtanibuna kaba'ir al-ithmi wal fawahish wa idha ma ghadibu hum yaghfirun yakafuni ne ajube walladhina relative pronoun fulanja manna bang ay mankutu jabal gelle foje sabatem bang e ka foni a community virtue, a community qualification, a community attributes wolom ye jam faku nyawndi wala kana mol hako nakari ifango jiko kana kuriya kana ke jenela bati kana ke sumbati kana ke faniya fola bati ni jusu bote sembo warata moti akoy yam fa three attributes ay wala foje alnata sabanja wonto akonya walladhina mol min istajabu li rabbih yedanku ala la krirola yaminake akwa aqamu salati salulundi aliyalo salo nafamu mintiban ala koy qur'ano kono aqimi salat inna salata tanha anil fahsha wal munkar wala dhikrullah akbar salolum ala batunyati minka tinna ke hakilo murundi ala kan minka tandila ko jongole muyti minka tinna ko imam fisiya moti minke ni mobeke mo kilimoti minke hakilo diyandi katu ka karam way wali batan kalale minka tandila ko hadama di wala muyti ini mol be bakilim fakilin salolum wo fengoti minka ko hadama di wala natara na salo kotolo islam ya natinya ajuba minke bray salo nati ako wa amruhum shura bainahum kuwa muslimol kono ni ba kala e kanyon sawra nyoyale muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam mobe karanta minna atalo moti miya lonko ala mashura walom ala consultation o siyata fengo beti walatin ala subhanahu wa ta'ala biri uhudu kelo keta hay min fok tay bodol make yese muslimol ganye hadamadin kunda ye ganye bari me ganye ala jube anata ayo min jindaye ni tata suratul ali imran yata aya kemi aya tan woro ta aya kemi aya tan lulu nin kononto jube kawa ko jube akay fa bima rahmatin linta lahum min Allah akay ko walau kunta faddan ghalidha alqalb lam faddu min hawlak ako fa'fu anhum wastaghfir lahum washawirhum fil amr fa idha azamta fatawakkal ala Allah yeboje e konna wato bante yeboje ila suratul baqara yeboje yata suratul baqara Allahu akbar yata aya keme fula karan ani aya keme saba ani aya tan saba ni saba alamu alquran wa kamin for consultation auto akwaye ko amoya kamin faye akwaye ko fa in arada fisalan an taradin minhuma akwa tashawurun fala junaha alayhima hani dinni wa kabondi sunjola qur'ano kay ko democracy le katamaji wato ninata ni ayota min fonye sai walatin wa amruhum bainahum shura ikafoni ne ko di national level wolon be salo ke nyonkan be dunia gambia la kol be akacha nyonkan momo e kuje mimma mbeti ya fo mansay ya fo la député ya fo police we ya fo ustaz we ya fo alkal we ya fo almam we wo be dun tamina kono wa amruhum shura bainahum ni botawoto wa mimma razaqnahum yunfiqun fa fambe mol buluna invest in the way of Allah bari brabo tawala the last level e ka wala kili the international level ako wa idha asabahumul baghy ako hum yantasirun oto muslimol kanake mo jotelti ni mo boyte kankabo banta ibeke clinti o mari defend kato muslima ya mu deterrent leti amanke offensivity malon faliya moy so linno mo mankuto kolontoti nabe momo wala sa fukay fanwaye ko I am a true Islamic democrat bar natela bitun kane kuri démocratie kola de démocratie tanolon kulubaliyati atanolon londi baliyati atanole fana mu noti atanole fana mu doku baliyati atanole fana mu kaleti school atanole fana mu kake balu jabi atanole fana mu itakani mobile o ke tulo kono dolon hani salamu alayki bukafo atanole fana mu laptop o bal bulu sunkutolo atol bukafo fen jubeje fotu babolo atanole fana mu ninti itema min lon kasika kacha atanole fana mu ninti ka fen sutungol dum min ka ngay bo bondi banta atanole ninti kambanolu kaju kenson ke démocratie manke wote islamo kono alama alayembe tanka beke kumo moylati min beti atanata min boytana fay alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin wassalatu wassalam ala muhammad bari wati ko tan bafula le Mr. Sane nan me ke ko altende so la ko tan ka to nta kale 10 hours bukante si dile ke te ko exam wala be keri oto min kata nyanta contingency korosi la jannabina ka to ni Sheikhu Babe Sirin jandi Sheikhul an nyante fula e diamu ntela diamu aka muntela ko a drop of water in the ocean ala malem be ma
Islam and democracy. Right? Are there any examples of Muslim women in the world that have ever been leaders? Since today we observe that women are vying for every leadership newfound democracy. Yes. Is my question clear?
You got the question?
Thank you.
I think I get the question. I think he's trying to ask
Women in fine position.
yeah, okay.
Leadership position.
Yeah, in leadership positions, you know, with regards to the new dispensation or in the democratic governance. An example, in fact, if we want to coin an example, you know, from history, from the time of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, you know, there is a historical reality that must be taken into consideration. You see, Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and his companions, including the women folk of his time, you have to put them in a context, a historical context. You need to understand them. What was the level of life? Was it sophisticated or just a very primary, rudimentary lifestyle that was prevailing then? Then what was the role of the woman then? Because women, actually Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam came with a project and a program. So there was no time because that program was on the soldiers of the men. So there was nothing like a position for women of then. But you know, after Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, you know, there is, you know, a woman and a man, there is equality. There is no identicalness, but there is equality. So it is nature that has apportioned its role. So the role of a woman then is in the house to take care of the kids, to build nations anyway, because they take care of the kids so that great men can come out of the houses. So for that matter, previously you would say that there was that academia, that environment of intellectual sophistication among the wives, radiallahu anhunna, of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. No, but then there was no requirements. It wasn't necessary. There was no expediency for women to take, a leadership position then. There wasn't. But there is nothing that will prevent a woman taking a leadership position if that position is in line with its femininity. And it is in line with the rulings and the teaching of Islam. It is not contradictory, and it is not a burden or a harm to the femininity of a woman, but within the ambit or within the circle that is permissible and amenable to his nature as a woman. There's no problem.